Okay. Good evening, everybody, and thank you for signing on to our webinar, doing business online with Square. I'm Jennifer Kenny. I'm a project coordinator at the Suffolk County Community College Entrepreneurial Assistance Center. Tonight we have Jay. He is our tech guy, so he's going to be live streaming us on Facebook, and you will also see this recording on our YouTube. We also have Kenya Harvey with us. She is another project coordinator, and she's also our MWBE specialist. And our special guest for tonight is Martin Guerrero. Martin is a member of the Global Policy Partnerships and Community Impact Team at Block. Block is a global technology company with a focus on financial services, made up of Square, Cash App, Spiral, Tidal, and TBD. As an e-commerce specialist with nearly 15 years in the website and domain name industry, he has been helping Square sellers broaden their customer base by providing both on-site and online educational programs centered around the Square ecosystem. Martin also heads up cross-functional projects supporting Spanish-speaking and Indigenous small businesses and other community and third-party partners. He has been with this company currently for 8 years. Without further ado, Martin, you can take it away.
All right, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Let me go ahead and share my screen here. Sorry, I have to switch it up here a little bit. There we go. All right, thank you for that. Appreciate that. All right, so yeah, we're going to be talking today about getting online with Square. I'll do a presentation, just like an overview of Square Online, and then we'll actually going to get into an account and show you how to build a website, like so you can see how easy it is if you're interested in doing that. Of course, a lot of folks, know us as the credit card company, right? The little white reader to be able to process a card. Yeah, when you're right, you probably have seen it or maybe even used it yourself at some point. But we're so much more than that. I mean, we started in 2009 and have built, I think it's over 35 products and services now for small businesses, everything from loyalty to gift cards to different point of sale, software, hardware, obviously the website builder, small business loans. I mean, a whole gamut of tools for any small business to be able to use for that. Jennifer, are you able to see my screen now?
Yes, we see the screen.
Perfect. All right, thank you. All right, so let me get in here. And so Square, right? You said you probably know us as in taking payments in person, right? Physical cards and all of that. But in 2019, we actually launched the Square Online Store to be able to have our sellers, be able to sell online as well. And how handy that was in 2020 when the pandemic hit and folks had to really switch to, an e-commerce solution that made it really easy to take everything that you have in your point of sale and just to be able to put it online. And being that this builder was a little bit later to the game, right? 2019 was not that long ago, and there'd already, tons of website builders out there. So we had to do something a little bit different, and that was offering a free online store builder. So if you're a Square customer now, you know that you can, start with Square. You can download our app and start taking payments essentially, for free, minus your transaction fee. So we kind of took that model and put it to online as well. So you can build an online store, publish it, sell your items, unlimited items, pages, right? Shipping, taxes, delivery, pickup, all of that available to you at no monthly fee. Again, just minus your transaction fees in order to be able to do that. And this isn't a trial or a, try it for free and then have to pay it. It's a free platform that we have. We do have some upgraded platform, plans for some extra features, but for the most part, just about any type of business can use the free version. And so these are going to be really the main types of businesses that we serve. Now we serve, just about everything outside of this as well. But number one for restaurants, right? Being able to put up a website that lets you, allows you to have, pickup and local delivery, self-serve ordering with a QR code. You've probably been in a cafe or coffee shop where QR code is there, and you scan it with your phone and order, or even just look at a menu with us. So you can do that with restaurants, right? Letting your customers place that order online, and you can offer in-person pickup or local delivery 2 ways. So you can have your own local delivery driver, or you can connect to our platform and allow Uber Eats or DoorDash to pick up your order and deliver that for you. Now, this is different than me going to my phone and going to the Uber Eats app and ordering directly from them. I would go directly to your website, place the order from you. I'm your customer, and you're using Uber Eats or DoorDash for the delivery portion. Or the backwards way of that is they go to the Uber Eats app, order from Uber Eats. They're the platform, they're the delivery, they're just using you as a kitchen, right? And then there's those higher fees associated with that. So really helps businesses kind of knock down on some of those fees. I already mentioned self-serve ordering, QR codes. So with the restaurant, you can dine in person, curbside pickup, staff delivery, courier delivery, like I just mentioned. So for restaurants, there's a lot of different ways that you can offer ordering through an online. For services, so you're thinking, barbershop, salons, really anyone that's offering blocks of time versus a specific widget or food, anything like that, you can still sell products and services. But this is going to be for those folks that want to, have a professional website and a place where you can send them to order in order to, schedule an appointment or, book directly through your website, or even through Instagram, Facebook, and eventually through TikTok as well, and Google product listing also. And then of course, retailers, right, selling any and every type of, product that there is available. Same thing here, selling via Instagram and Facebook shops. Right, those social media channels are going to be a great option for you to be able to, to reach out to your customers in different ways. Same thing here, you can offer pickup in store or local delivery, or of course you can ship like any type of retailer would. And again, we're gonna, after the quick overview here, I'm gonna get into my test account, and we're actually gonna build a website. So if you have any questions about that or anything at any point here, feel free to just add that in the chat at any point. We'll get to it. So again, with the website here with Square, right? Let's say you're already selling in person. You want to then sell those products online. You don't have to recreate those items. We're just going to take those and sync them over to your web store, and again, you'll see that live in action here. But we'll be able to highlight your top products, right? Increase your sales with Instagram and Facebook, then offer whatever type of delivery method you want to do. Again, I mentioned this is a website builder, really easy to use. It's a section-based builder, so you just add content wherever you need it. At any time, you can publish that and update it. There's no limits to how many times you can publish or change your website. Already talked about Instagram, Facebook here. Again, these are direct integrations. That way you can have your products and services tagged in your post so folks can click on them, buy them directly from your website. All right, and so knowing that most of your customers are coming from a mobile device and placing orders from a mobile device, for Square online stores, it's just over 80% of orders that come through Square online stores are coming from a mobile device. So they're buying, on their phone, on their tablets, anything like that. So your website has to be mobile friendly. It has to be fast on mobile, and that's already built into the platform. That's nothing extra that you need to do about it. It almost acts like a native app. Folks can save your website right onto their phone, like an app, and just open that up. But again, it works just like as fast or as easy like it would on desktop. Very, very important that you have that. This, of course, integrates with all your other services at Square. So if you're offering coupons, discounts on products, those will work with your web store, your in-person. If you're doing like a loyalty program through Square as well, so you can offer, points on purchases, that integrates. Email marketing integrates with that as well. So all of that, everything within the Square ecosystem all works together. So you have it all in one platform, in one place. You can see all your data all together at all times. And we have different ways that folks can pay you online as well. So obviously, any number of credit cards that you can use. Square purchased a company called Afterpay a little over a year ago. If you're familiar with it, it's a buy now, pay later solution. So kind of like the old school layaway programs where you would pick something to purchase, put it on layaway, you'd put a deposit down and make payments, but you wouldn't get the actual product or service until you finish paying it. This is the reverse of that. You buy it, you make the first payment, you take the product, and then those payments are made automatically. Now you as the business, you get the payment up front, and we take the risk of collecting those future payments. So you as the business makes it really easy to you to make sure you get those sales. And then of course, obviously any type of credit card, Apple Pay, Google Pay, Cash App are all integrated into there. I mentioned the data, the reporting that's already there, so you can see what's selling, where it's coming, where your traffic is coming from, and then of course all those other goods, all those products that we offer, all sync within the whole product there. And then some of the other features that we have, we'll see here. We have a free image library, so tons of stock photos in there that you can use. We do have like a blogging type platform as well. Blogging is not as popular as it used to be, but I mean, some folks still want to use it. And then we have an app marketplace with tons of integrations on that. A lot of the stuff we already make ourselves, but if we don't have it, like Shippo, like one that's highlighted here, Shippo is our primary partner for shipping. So you can buy labels, right? Get discounted rates on labels and be able to charge correctly for shipping. All right, so let me switch now here. Next, let me go to the home page. So in this scenario here, and again, feel free as we switch here, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. If we do get any through Facebook, you can, guys, if you want to just throw them into the chat there, I'll read them as we go along. Again, feel free to ask any and all questions. So in this scenario here, I'm a Square customer. My business, my fake business here is Mike's Bikes. I have a brick and mortar location, right, where I sell bicycles and accessories. But now, I want to be able to have folks buy online as well. My social media is picking up, so I want folks to buy quickly and easily. I don't want them to I want to make it harder for them. I want to make it easier for them. So I want to create an online store in order to be able to sell my services or my products. So these are my items. This is what I would see in my point of sale, right? My bikes, my accessories, just other random things here that I've been testing with. So I want to take these products and put them onto my website in order to sell them. So that's what we're going to do. So let's go back here, and we're just going to go to online here. And then what that'll do, and this is a do-it-yourself builder. So as you go through it, it's going to kind of walk you through the steps you need to complete it, and it will help you do that. There's guides, like a setup guide here that'll pop up and kind of let you know, hey, you need here's how you design your website, add your items, your domain name, set up shipping rates, collect taxes, all of that, right, in order to be able to do that. This is an already existing account, so it's I've already done that stuff, but you'll see that pops up there. Obviously, there's always support. You can reach us by phone, chat, or email, in order to get help. And actually, I'm going to go in here, and this is a site I've already built, so I'm going to reset it just back to square one here. So I'm going to reset it to default. And so that means anything I built in there will just completely wipe out. It'll put me back to 0. What it will not do is remove any of my items, right? So my items will always be there. Actually, if we go here and click Site Items, we'll see those same items that we saw in the point of sale section there. And so what we want to do is take these items and sell them online, right? Now, if you're a boutique or a shop that has a lot of items, let's say you've got 500,000 items, right? Maybe you don't want to sell all of those online. Maybe you want to just pick your top 100, maybe even just your top 50 and sell those. You can absolutely do that. You don't have to worry about selling everything online. You can pick and choose what you want to sell online, but that doesn't affect you being able to sell those in person. You can always still sell those in person in your shop. So we've got those items here. We can see these items that are hidden. Means they're hidden from the store so no one can see them. But what we want to actually do with those is make those unavailable so they're not on the website. So if I click here, update visibility, I want to make them unavailable. So what that means is you can't find them on my website at all. They don't exist there. People will never find them on your website, so they can never buy them. Now, again, you can still sell those products on your point of sale. Those will be there. They'll just be so those are not on my website. All right, so we've got our items here. We've got these picked that that we want to sell. Let me just make sure here, everything that's visible. Anything that's visible is going to be on your main shopping page. I have some other like test items in here I kind of want to remove. I really just want to sell my bikes and bike accessories. This is a test account, so I have a lot of I have a lot of items in here that I kind of create on the fly here. Okay, we've got our items. We've got our categories as well. So if you categorize your items in your point of sale, those will be there as well. We can see I've got the broken down by the fat tire cruisers, 3-inch fat cruisers, and then accessories. All right, so we've got those. And it's as simple as going in to edit the site. Now, let me go here, site design. Normally you're gonna start here. But being that this is one I've kind of done with already, again, it'll walk you through like, hey, pick a style here, what resonates with your brand, your colors, anything like that. So what you see here, we've got some pretty much pre-built. Now, you can change these colors. These aren't, permanent. You don't have to stick with them. If your colors are similar, pick whatever works the closest to what you want, and then you can change that. So I'm gonna just pick this one here, and we can kind of see like a preview here. It's previewing it right now in mobile because again, we know that's important. We want to see that. So yeah, let's just go with that. You can see my buttons are blue. The text there, we can change that. So we'll just continue here. I'll apply the style. And so now we have our builder here. So now we're in the builder, and it's made up of 3 sections here, right? This is this area where I've got highlighted here, the centerpiece. This is where your content goes on the left-hand side here. This is where you're going to add content. Your sections, again, I mentioned these are the different sections. Up here, you've got like your preview, so you can see what your site would look like at any time. We don't have anything there yet, so we can we'll do that in a minute. We can publish our site, make it go live. All right, so here we have our header. So if we click here into the header, you can any section you can customize. So in the header here, let's look at customize, and we have our different within each section. You have a different layout. So the layout is where my logo is going to go, where my pages are going to go, like just that whole order of things. All right, so let's stick with this one here, and we've got our business name here. We want a logo here, so we can just click our image. Add an image. I've already got a bunch of logos here. All right, so there's our logo. So let's go back to layout and color so you can see like where the logo would go, where the pages would go. I'm going to stick with that. Anything in here that has this little toggle, you can turn that off. So if we don't want that there, we can turn it off. With the icons, we definitely want the search icon and the cart icon. We want those in there. Those are going to be really good for that. All right, we've got our main banner here. This is an important section because this is usually the biggest piece of content folks are going to see before they see anything else. So you want to have a great image here. And I'm just going to add an image. And let's show off our bikes here. So there's our bikes. And again, we can go to customize, and we're going to go to our layout. And you can see we have all these different layouts here. You can click on them. The gray, the bigger gray portion, that's the image. And you can see that. So let's click on this. We can see that layout there. And again, it updates in real time, so you can just see what that will look like. And this is how sites are going to look different because folks are going to do different layouts, different colors, different images, right? I like a bigger image here, and you can see we've got the section height. We've got it on medium. We can go to large and make that bigger, showcase more of the bikes. We've got our text here. And we can change that color if we want, make it stick out a little more. We can just change that here. Our button, we can change that to shop now. And we'll link that button here in a minute. Or if we didn't want that button there, like we could just turn that button off. If we didn't want any text, we can just delete that text. But I do want the button. You can have a secondary button next to it if you want. Again, anything and everything you can, if you want more information here, you can turn that on. Actually, let me check the layout here. Okay, that's the one I wanted there. All right, so now we've got our, our image here of our bikes, and our body is empty here. We've got our footer. We'll get to that, but here's where we start adding content, right? We go click the add section, and we've got all our different sections. These are all pre-built, and again, you have different layouts within all of them, so you can change those. I want to feature some of my bikes here. And so we've got a couple different layouts. This one here is for like one item. This one obviously 3. Let's pick this one here. And then we're going to pick our items that we want to showcase here. So let's do bikes here. Let's load more. One, two. I'm going to pick these 3 bikes. These are, maybe my most popular, my highest selling ones. So now we have our featured items here. And again, we're clicked into this section. We can see that with the blue border. And we have all of our options here. We can turn on the description here. We can turn on buttons. We can turn off prices, titles. Like, again, you want to customize it however that's going to be best for you. And you can see, again, this all syncs up with your point of sale. So if something is sold out in person, it's sold out online as well. So you can see that here, out of stock. And we can customize this too. A couple of different layouts. This is a carousel, so we had more bikes. They could click on a button to kind of scroll through them. This is one. This is a mosaic style. They would need to add 3 more items here to do that. But I'd like this top one here. You see images, item images. If we click here, we can make the bikes bigger. And whatever's going to work best with our pictures here. We have a couple of different options here. Zoom in. So like when you put your mouse over, it's going to zoom in. If you have multiple images, the image swap will show them a different image as they put that in there. All right, so we've got our main image here, our main banner, featured items. Let's make this a little different. So we can see we have some different colors here. This is all part of that style we picked earlier. We can do that. All right, let's leave that there. All right, so we've got our featured items. Let's add a section here. We're going to add our Instagram feed. And a couple of different layouts here. This is just a test account that we can add. We're going to add it. Now, being that this is an account I've already been in, I've already signed into my Instagram account. You just have to authorize it to allow it to connect, and then it's in there. And as you add posts, those will just start showing up here in real time. And these are, of course, fake posts. But again, we can customize this, right? We can change the color here, kind of break that up so we don't just have all white. We can break that up a little bit. with our different colors. All right, I'm going to use that here to kind of break that up a little bit. All right, and again, I have a physical store, so I want to showcase where my store is. So we can see I've got the location and hours section here. I'm going to add that in here. And this is taking my information from my account, so all that info is in there. And you have a couple different layouts as well for that. And again, you can turn things off, right? Details, hours. I mean, whatever you want to do there, you can do that. I'll just turn these on, leave those there. There's our store. And we're just going to build a simple like one-page site here, right? And then we click into our footer, and we have different options here: social media, right? Name, connect, and we can just add our social media here. Square. There they are, and those are the color of my account. Now, if we wanted to, we could do just their actual colors. You could do that. We've got a email subscription form here. We've got our payment methods that we offer. Again, you can turn these on, off. Right. There's different layouts here. You can have just your text for your business here, or you can add a different logo, right? I'm just gonna add the square one here for fun. So you can add a different logo than what you have up at the very top here. But we definitely want our social media here. And in this case, I'm actually going to turn the subscription off. So I'm going to add an email marketing section here. And I do want to show what kind of payments I have. So let's leave this as text here. I like it a little narrow. And again, we can change the color on this, right? However we want to do that. That blends in with that. And I'm going to add a new section here. So we're going to add a section for an email newsletter. So for folks to be able to sign up, right, we want to click into there. Different layouts. And the background. So again, it's got a color. I can do an image as a background here. Add an image. Let me show you here the free photos, right? These are the free photos that you can use, very high quality, free, all in there. Let's just use this one. And that's my background photo. Normally, you don't want to use something of yours in there, but if it's pretty generic, you can use these as well. So we've got our email newsletter form here. Again, if we click into it, right, we can turn things on, off, right? If you click into it, you just start typing. You can add to that. You don't have to use what's there. You can customize that. Done. All right, so let me scroll back up to the top here, and let's click preview. And so this is what it would look like, in real time. If we scroll down here, you can see that. Now this one that's out of stock, there's the image swap. We saw when I set that, right, I have a different image for that one. I don't have different images for these. So this one's gonna show that. So if we click into there, you can see there's other photos in there. That's why that's letting me do that. Let me go back to the home page here and go back to preview, and we can see the little phone view up here, right? So we can see now our phone is here, our mock phone, and we can see our website perfectly syncs up to be on mobile. Everything looks fine. Instagram, they can scroll through the posts. There's my location and hours, my email marketing, and the footer of my website, right? So we can see all of that here. So as I mentioned, we just built, a one-page site, but we really do have 2 pages. You probably saw it in the preview earlier. We have our shop page, right, which is already pre-built for us. We go into up here under pages. We see order home. We click on that. Every item has its own page, right? And there, we can add a shop page here. Add that. And so there's our shop page. So we can see all of our items here, our categories. And again, we can click into here and we can customize this page if we want to change the background color. If we didn't want any of these other, custom filtering options. Item images, we can change those. We can change the, customize the layout. If we want 2 columns, it's going to show bigger pictures, but you're going to have more page. 4 is going to obviously make those smaller, but you'll have less scrolling. I think 3 works really well here. And so you can see all of our items. Someone can click into one category, so we can see, if we go into accessories, that's going to take us into specifically accessories, right? We have our phone speaker holder, our replacement tubes, and our stainless steel bottle holders. If we want to specifically look for these 7-speed fat tire cruisers, right? These are all in here. And again, if this one here is low in stock, so if we click on that, it's going to show us there's only 4 left. So as it purchases, it'll count down, and you can set the number of like how many you want to show that. And of course, once it's sold, it'll sold out. But in this case, if someone's buying or looking at buying and they see, oh man, there's only a couple left, right? Psychologically, they're probably going to think, well, I should probably get it because they're probably really popular and they might not have anymore. So I should buy that now. Kind of a way to help you with your sales there. All right, so we've got 1-page site, right? We've got really simple here. We can add more sections. If we click up here, we can add more pages, like an About Us page or Contact Us or Image Gallery or whatever you want it. You want it to be. You can do that. But let's go ahead and I'm going to publish this and make the site live. Now, being that everything I'm doing here is on our free plan, so it's going to use our free domain here. I've picked it mikespikes.square.site. You can see that here. Right, I'll put the link in the chat here. And so now our site is live just like that. So we can actually go in, and if we go to purchase this bike, right, we can add it to the cart. I have Afterpay turned on, so you can see they can pay in 4 payments of $112.50. Now, if they add it to the cart and there's taxes and shipping, right, that number will change, of course. You can also have similar items turned on here, right, to help them, with that. But you can add that to the cart, and just like any other e-commerce website out there, you can purchase. Again, you can have coupons, you can use a gift card. In this case, we have shipping turned on, and I'll get into that as well. I can add more here, or I can just go straight to checkout. You can add a note to the seller. And you have your different payment options. Cash App. If you're not familiar with Cash App, that's another Square company. And then Afterpay is in there. So really similar to just really any type of business out there. Now that Shopco, we want to change that because that's, we don't want people to know it's a Shopco. So let's actually go in here and get into some of the just like backend settings. Now, before I do that, again, if you have any questions, I know I'm going probably a little faster than I should here. Feel free to throw those in the chat, and we can answer any questions as we go. If you remember at the beginning, we picked the style that kind of gave us these color options here. Actually, let me go to Shop Now, and that already links to our Shop All page. But if you wanted to change these colors, right, that you can go to Site Design down here, click on that. Right, and there's your colors. These are the ones that we pre-selected. We can go in here and we can put in our own hex code. If we know our brand color in there, we can kind of drag this wheel around, or you pick some of the common ones here, add some secondary colors in there as well. We can change our fonts. Right, we've got a ton of fonts in here. So let's like our paragraphs. Like you can see, there's a ton of different fonts in here that you can pick from to customize again to your liking, whatever's going to work best for your website. Right, if we want this surfer style in there. All right, so that's kind of cool. Original Surfer is the name of it. Headlines. And you can see it just changed. So, I mean, it changes as you go. So we can see our font just changed. Looks a little, I think that kind of matches more the beach cruiser type of vibe for that. Now we see our buttons. When we see our button shape, right? So if we do sharp here, that makes it very sharp and square. Rounded, cuts those corners off there, and then pill makes that again pill shape. You can do the same thing with your images. You can make those sharp here, like perfect squares, or like rounded to soften those up a little bit. That would help customize that. So you can do some customization here. We do have, again, everything I've done here is on the free plan. We do have some upgraded options here. Like this one will let you, if we were to upgrade to the next plan up, it would let you import your own fonts and do some other customizations, like your site width, some other parameters, maybe for like a designer or somebody that they would need. Eventually it'll let you, do like some custom coding, CSS, really more advanced features. But for most people, they don't actually need that. All right, so we've got our site here. And again, so we've got all these different sections here, right? If we wanted to do event tickets, we could do that, sell memberships. These are going to be probably the most common ones. You can use a text and image. I can add buttons, video. If we wanted to add some YouTube video in here, right? We just add the link in here. You can upload your own custom video, but that is on the paid plan. So that's a customization feature there. All right, so we've got a website built here. It's live. People can order from it. Probably before I published, I should have shown you this section here. So I'm going to exit the editor in the upper left-hand corner there. And we can see fulfillment here. So pickup and delivery. I don't think I have that turned on. So I don't have that turned on, right? Pickup or delivery is turned off, but I do have shipping, set up. So if I didn't have shipping set up, it wouldn't have let us purchase. I have shipping set up here. Got my boxes, all of that. If I want to do pickup, right, I can just click in here to pick up. And again, this would be however you want to do that. So we can obviously turn pickup on here, and this lets us start setting that up. So where can they be picked up? How are you, if you're going to do delivery, right? How are you going to do your own delivery? If I have my own couriers or on-demand delivery, any of that. We're not going to offer delivery. And we can see our timing. So we can set up our pickup hours. So by default, it's going to have our business hours in here. We can change those though. So if we only want people to be able to order online and be able to pick up a bike that they purchased between, like, let's say 10 and 3, we would change that here. And if they place an order on the website, it'll give them a time between 10 and 3, depending on your pickup time or prep time. So we can see our orders have a prep time of 1 hour. That means if I place an order at 10 a.m., and that's you can pick up bikes between 10 and 3. If I have an hour prep time, that means if I order at 10, it'll be ready to pick up at 11. That gives me the business enough time to pull that bike from the warehouse or whatever it is and have it ready to go. And then you can do, of course, curbside pickup. If you want to do any of that. Customers can schedule an order in advance if they want to do so. You can limit the number of items that can be picked up at the same time. This is great for like a restaurant. So let's say you're a burger shop and you don't want someone to order 50 burgers at once to kind of mess up the whole flow. You can limit that. Maybe put a note there like, hey, you can only order 10 burgers at a time. If you need a larger order, give us a call at this number, right? That way you can kind of set that up because you don't want to mess up your kitchen time there. All right, we'll save that. And my phone number here is not valid. It's not a real business, so I'm not going to worry about that. So then, yeah, you can, again, you can set up your pickup times there, all of that. Again, you could set up delivery, shipping, any of that. We can see sales channels here, your Facebook shops, order with Google, Facebook food ordering. If you're a restaurant, you can enable that as well. Well, a lot you can do with that. Obviously, we can go to orders here and we can see those orders in here in the dashboard, and we can mark them as shipped, right? And we have this shipping one here. We can create a shipping label where we can mark it as shipped. We can enter in our tracking number here. Our customer will get that email and say, hey, your order has been shipped. Follow it with this tracking number, right? And anything like that. Really, it's a full function e-commerce solution for you to be able to do that. And again, this can integrate with your Instagram shop, your Facebook shop, and also Google Shopping as well. So this is a retail site, right? Mike's Bikes is a retail store. If you're a restaurant, I have Kenny's Burgers here created. This is my restaurant example. In this example, I have a restaurant with 2 locations. So I have my Mission Street location and I have my Market Street location. So I don't need to have a website for every single location. If I have 50 locations, right, that would be a mess. I have one website, but I can pick which location, order from there. I can have different menus at each location if I wanted to. So let's say Market Street doesn't do Cajun fries, right? You know, they wouldn't show up on that menu. So you can have that. So we can go here, and here's you can see this is a little different than our shopping page on the bike site, because this is more of an ordering style, right? We can add our burger here, right? We can customize it, right, to our temperature here. No onions. If we want extra cheese, we can charge extra for that, or however you want to do that. Add that to your order. And of course, we can add more things here. We can add some fries. And of course, we can add a drink here. This one's a fountain drink. I just select my soda here. We'll pick a Dr. Pepper, add that to our order. All right, so we can see our cart here. Yeah, here's our cart. We can see my location is already closed for the day, but it lets me order it. And so I open up at 9 o'clock tomorrow, but my order is not ready until 9:15. And that's because for the restaurant, we have a prep time of 15 minutes. You place an order, it takes us 15 minutes to put that together. It can be whatever you want it to be, but in this example, it's 15 minutes. So that gives us, that'll come in, the order comes in at 9. We see the order, cool. Peppercorn steakhouse, burger, fries, and a drink. Get that prepped up, ready to go. If I want to do curbside pickup, I can turn that on, let them know, hey, I'm in this kind of car. And then, food and beverage, I can add tip as well. You can have it to automatically have a tip, on there, or they can do their own custom tip, or you can have it to have tipping option, but no specific tip set, right? It's set to 0. Then they would have to add that. This makes it easier for tip to already be there, if you wanted to. Same thing here. Coupons, gift cards will work. We can see our taxes are here. Tip is there. So there's our total. We can purchase that. So here, order's going to be ready tomorrow at this time. Which location you're picking up, and we're doing curbside pickup, right? And then we go through and we purchase that. Then that'll come through our kitchen point of sale and our printer, and that will be there as well. So that's going to be your food and beverage style. You can have just this page. I have a home page for this one. You don't necessarily need that. A lot of restaurants that we work with, maybe you already have a website up and running, but you don't have a way to order online. This is perfect for that, right? You can just create this one page for the ordering, and then you can connect that to your existing website. You can add one of these buttons, an order now button on your existing website, and link it to the site. And then that's just done for your online ordering. Again, that's syncing with all your other Square orders and everything like that. That makes that easy. So you don't have to necessarily build a full website, if you already have one, we don't necessarily want you to have to rebuild it. But if you want to take orders, right, and have it sync with all your Square inventory and your payment process and all that, you can simply build this online ordering page. Same thing with the bike shop that we saw earlier. I could delete that homepage and just have the shop page, and that's all people go to there, and they can just make purchases, right? They can do that. The other one here is this barbershop site. You can see they all kind of look. I kind of pretty much built them very similar. For this one here, we're a barber shop. We want to, showcase our barbers here, right? Our cool Instagram. You can see all the French cuts we have, all of that. And then we have Square appointments connected here, so they can click here and book now, book a haircut and beard trim, whatever they want to do there. Gives them a calendar option with available times here. Right, we can click that. And then we can set it up. Now, and this test example, I have it set up. Someone wanted to see that in the last webinar, requiring someone to prepay before, in order to book, to protect their time, their money, right? Hey, if you're gonna, I don't want no shows, right? It costs, I lose money when when you book a spot and you don't show, you don't show last minute. It's really hard to fill that spot. And now, I don't have. There's an hour of my time that I lost. So you can either require a full prepayment up front, you can require a credit card on file, and then you can charge a cancellation fee, or you could not require any of that and just have them book and go from there, right? So that however the business wants to do that, you can do that. And so so this is our website. This will connect to Instagram as well. So in Instagram, in your bio, you can have a book now button that connects to your booking page. Same thing on Facebook, and same thing on your Google My Business listing. You can have a page like that. Let me actually let's see, cut through this barbershop that's close to the Square office here. So you can see this is Cutthroat Barbershop, book online. This takes them to their Square booking page, right? So I Googled it, I found them, and I can get right to their booking page here. So again, for a barbershop, really simple page. Now for this shop, we actually added a products page where we're selling, pomade, selling some combs, right? Things that you would normally sell. So maybe my regular customers want to buy this stuff online, and just come in and pick it up right at the counter. Good to go, right? They don't have to wait for me to finish up a cut. Kind of helps protect my time there. I'm gonna go back to Square. Now, this is obviously if you're getting online, you want to have a website. Maybe you don't want to sell online fully just yet. We're going to get into our dashboard here. We have what are called our Square checkout links. So this is a way for you to sell online without a full website. Now let's go here, online checkout. And so let's say, I'm the same bike shop here. I've got my items, right? I'm going to copy this link here, click it, and I'm going to go to it. And so let's say I don't have a website, but people are hitting me up on Instagram. Hey, I really want to buy that flat black 7-speed cruiser. How do I get it? Hey, cool. Hit me. Somebody just DM me, right? I can send them this checkout link. There you go. Hey, I got one left. You want to buy it? Here's the link. Go ahead and pay for it, right? So that's it, right? That's all you need. You can just send in that link. Simple as that. And you can see, you can do a QR code, a couple options here. You can link, you can send it via message. You can do the QR code. You can create a buy button and embed that on an existing website. You can post it to Facebook or Twitter, right? You can do any of that. So it makes that really, really easy for you to be able to sell online without needing to create a full website. Maybe you have someone building a website for you and it's not ready, but folks want to pay you online. You can easily do that. I think of it as kind of a really light version of like an invoice. You can do online invoices as well through Square. They're electronic invoices. These are really used by a lot of like caterers, event planners, things like that, where they send them an invoice with the deposit required, and then they can break it up into more payments or the rest of the payment required at the time of the event. So you can do invoices as well. You can see you have a whole reporting system here. This is a test invoice. But Online checkout, I love it because again, it's super easy. Already your items are already in there. I have this bike tune-ups here. Copy this link. And this one is for like a membership. So this is for bike tune-ups. So you can pay $25 a month, and you get these services. You can bring your bike in every month, and you get these services done. And you just pay with a credit card, and it just charges you that $25 monthly until you cancel it. So you can do memberships. You can do like donations. You can do classes for that as well. So here's this art class. Let me see if it's live. I might have kind of messed with that there. Oh, yeah, I actually, that one's not there anymore. So let's create a new link. We can see sell classes or tickets, right? We can create a new event. We can make it either online or in person. You can add the Zoom link or whatever platform you're using here. They, of course, won't get that link until they pay. That'll come in their receipt. You can do start, stop times. If it's in person, you can add the address in here, and that'll show up in there. You can add a logo here, and then you just share that, right? You can either email that out to folks. You can post it on your socials. However you want that link to get out, you can absolutely do that. So quite a few ways for you to be able to sell online, virtually, e-commerce, or whatever you want to call it, to do that, right? You're already selling in person, and vice versa. If you're not selling in person and you want to just sell online, the reverse is true. You can start selling in person just as easily because those items are in there. You can download the free point of sale app, start selling that way as well. Through the point of sale app, you can actually send folks checkout links from there automatically via text also. So a lot of ways you can do that inside of there. So I know I kind of sped through that a little bit. Too many Diet Cokes today. But happy to answer any questions you may have. If you need a demo of any other thing that was in there, feel free to ask. I don't have access to see the Facebook chat, so if you have anything in there, you can throw that in there as well. But other than that, yeah, again, happy to offer, answer any questions. Here's these, you can sell tickets to events as well. All of that. There's quite a bit you can do with that. I'll give it a minute here if anyone has any questions. While we're waiting here, you can see we have our reports here, so you'll be able to see your reports. Let's do last year. It's a test account, so there's not a whole lot in there, but you'll be able to see, like, what days payments were made on. You can see that history there. Any returns, the taxes you collected, any tips, gift card sales, like all of that data is going to be in there for you, and down, to the item. So you can filter by item. You can filter by team member. If you have employees, right, you can set up accounts for them as well. You can break that out. So you can see, like, okay, like, year over year, month over month, what's selling, who's selling, right? So you can see, obviously, this bike is the one I've used for the example here. So we can see 2 of those were sold. We click into there, we can see, more details on that. So a lot of data that's collected for you automatically for you to be able to see what's happening. Your inventory reports, right? You can see what's selling, what's not, to make better decisions on if you need to purchase more inventory or hold off on purchasing inventory for something else and not have to waste, your capital on things you already have a bunch of stock on. So we really want to help you make really good decisions there. So these reports are in there for you to be able to do that. Hey, Jennifer, did we have any questions through the Facebook feed?
Can you show how you created the appointments?
Yeah, so if we go into the dashboard here, and go into home. So I'm logged into my Square account. And so we can see, actually, where do I have appointments here? Here it is. So point of sale systems, right? Square appointments. This account doesn't actually have appointment setup, so you would go into here and pick your plan. So we do have a free plan for like a solo business. So you would go in here, you would set up Square appointments first, and set up like your services, your businesses, anything like that. Subscribing to our free plan. And so then you would go in here, like you have your your Square appointments. Go back here. And so this is the appointments section here. So online booking, this is where you would create the website, but you would need to create, your services first, right? So haircuts, like in this case, I do have some services, consultation, curbside pickup, virtual, and just random stuff in there. So you would create your services, if you have different service providers, staff, anything like that. Let's go to settings here, calendar and booking. So you would set your calendar up, your hours, right? Anything like that. So you would go through that first, and then that allows you to then, so you have to have appointments set up first, and then when you go into the website builder, then it'll automatically connect to there. So, it's already gonna sync that over. So you gotta set up Square appointments first. I'm going to
Awesome.
online,
Thank you.
yeah, online booking here, so you can see here you can enable your online booking. Where we saw that example where they had the Google page. There's your, your Instagram and your and Facebook and all that. Gift cards, really easy to sell e-gift cards, right? And that those work in person and online as well. You can start selling e-gift cards. There's no cost to that other than them, buying gift cards. You can order plastic gift cards if you want. Those are reloadable. They'll have a QR code on there that you just scan, or a code that you enter in for that. So any of those products, services within the Square ecosystem, they all work together, right? You have customers. Anytime someone goes to your website or buy something from you in person, they're going to come in here. I'm my own customer. I'm the only one because this is a test account, obviously. But yeah, those will all be in here, right? You'll have information about them, when they last visited your website, or what they've purchased, things like that. Marketing, what cards are on file, history of their appointments, right? So like my barber uses Square. You can go in up past appointments and you can see all the appointments that we've had for the last 6 years now.
When you are attaching your social media to your store, are you logging into your social media through the Square store? How does that attachment work?
So there's a couple ways. So like this one here, the Instagram section, right? You add the section, then it prompts you to authorize a connection. And so you sign in and authorize it, and then it just pulls that there. Down here is just a link. So if we were to click Instagram here, it just takes us to our Instagram page. There's no sign in or anything like that. That just takes us to the Square page. For the like selling through Instagram or Facebook and things like that, yeah, there's a connection that you make there. But again, you sign it in, authorizing Square to make that connection with Google or Facebook or Meta, which owns Instagram and Facebook. So there's that integration there.
Got it. Thank you. I'm just going to keep monitoring, see if any more chat questions come through.
And of course, you'll see all your orders here. Order partners. So we have integrations with delivery partners as well. That'll come right into Square accounts. So you can see that. Of course, different types of payments, invoices, online checkout, gift cards, subscriptions. So you can do recurring subscriptions. Banking, we do offer small business loans. Now, for those, that would be someone who's been using Square for a while, because we base it off of your history. We usually want at least 6 months in there. It used to be a year, but I think now we'll do it for 6 months. If you're really busy business and it's like, hey, you might need some capital, right? We would offer you a loan in there. So a lot of things you can do within there besides the online. But again, it all integrates. Everything works all together.
That's
So you can
awesome.
do different online ordering channels. Those are all in there, all in one place. You know what I didn't do? So you'll notice when we were in the builder earlier, I went in and I switched my my fonts, and it saved them, but I didn't hit publish, so it didn't actually make those settings live. So you can see my site is live from the last time I published it. That's there. Um, until you hit publish again, it's not gonna update that. So let me actually publish here. So you can make changes to your site whenever you want, and if you're not ready to publish them, then you just don't hit publish, and whatever was already there will just stay there. Let me edit the site. And if I hit publish, and then we go back to here and reload it, and there's our new font. And our pill shape button is in there as well. You can see, again, you just have to hit publish in order for those changes to go live. And so someone's asking, how will we have access to this information after this class? Is that something, do you guys share the recording with folks who are?
Yes, so our recording is on our YouTube page, and they can also contact us. Like if they want, help working on their store, they can contact us and we'll work on them with creating their store.
Cool. We have our guides here.
Any other questions?
Just quick plug here, sellercommunity.com is where you're going to find most of our help guides sections where you can connect with live support. A lot of information in here. We have these we have these question and answer sessions with our super sellers. These are folks that have been using Square forever, use a ton of our products, and have been vetted and are like want to share information. They're actual businesses that want to share information about this. So like this one is they're talking about their experiences on TikTok and social media. So I know a real popular one we had was with the gentleman who he was an ice cream shop in New Jersey, and he was using like the old school punch cards, for his loyalty program. It was like, man, like people, scamming or, lose it really easy, or it gets destroyed, lost, whatever. So they went the digital loyalty program through Square, and just kind of how they went through that change and how, the challenges, and then, the success story of, yeah, I mean, it's all automated. It's never lost. It's all in there. So they don't have to worry about, oh, I forgot, I didn't bring that wallet or this purse to have my card in there. It was like, they just kept bringing people back, and it was like, cool. People really like, after, buy 5 cones, you get 1 free or whatever it was. So a lot of really useful information like that in there as well. So, and that's sellercommunity.com.
Okay, I don't see any more questions online. But if anybody does have any questions after the webinar, definitely you could reach out to us. I'm going to put our phone number and our email in the chat. And Martin, I want to thank you so much for all of your time, both today and, since you also speak Spanish, doing our Spanish presentations. And definitely, if I have any other questions, or if anybody wants to connect with you, can I connect with you on there? Is there any information I should share, like your email?
Yeah, you can connect them with me. That's fine.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you for having me. And here's to the start of a great relationship. This is just the beginning.
Definitely just the beginning, definitely, because I see there's so much you can use Square to utilize that. I'm pretty sure we'll be having a lot of questions and having you do more presentations in the future.
Awesome. I'm happy to.
All
Here's the
right,
number.
so our phone number and email address are in the chat. I want to thank everybody for coming on tonight. Next week, we will be presenting on the employee retention tax credit. So definitely sign in for that. If you haven't registered yet and you would like to, reach out to us and we will get you that registration link. And I wish everybody a good night.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Good night.
Right.